Waiting in line, we've all been there, at entertainment venues, trendy restaurants and stores, even the dreaded DMV. Check out this crowd of people lined up outside an office in North Carolina.
One recent study found 85% of U.S. consumers wait in line at least a few times a month. And when asked how it made them feel, the vast majority described negative emotions such as boredom, impatience, and frustration. But now the long wait could be over. For the right price, there are companies you can pay to stand in line for you.
Reporter Heather Graff examines the growing industry that's known as line standing and looks at whether it's a passing trend or the waiting game of the future.
Our nation's capital is still waking up on a quiet Tuesday morning. The sprinkler system and a few joggers just about the only activity.
Today I got here at 6:20.
As Rick Peel arrives at the Washington Monument for work.
Everyone that goes up needs a ticket.
He's not a tour guide at this popular destination, though Rick does aim to be among the first people on site.
I try to always be first or at least in the top 5.
That's because tickets to the top of the monument are in high demand. Free, but first come, first serve, and released daily at 9 a.m. And so Rick is here as a professional line stander.
The line will get very long. There'll be hundreds of people here and they only give out 200 tickets.
It's a gig in which someone pays him to wait on their behalf, thus avoiding the line that soon stretched far down the sidewalk.
Good to have a chair.
And since Rick gets here so early, his clients' tickets are all but guaranteed.
Getting paid to do nothing? It's kind of hard not to love that.
Rick is employed by a Washington, D.C.-based company called Skip the Line, a company his boss, Jennifer Goff, started back in 2017 when she noticed this massive line that kept going and growing outside a Game of Thrones pop-up bar.
It was more of an experiment to see if people would actually hire me. But as soon as it happened, I just felt like this jolt of energy where I could really take this to the next level if I really worked really hard to do so.
From there, Jennifer created a website and the business took off so quickly she had to build out a team of line standers to help. Customers hiring them to wait for things like restaurant reservations, book signings, limited release product launches, along with general admission tickets to concerts and museums. And in D.C., she says some of the most frequent requests involve waiting in line for congressional hearings and Supreme Court cases, where there is limited public seating inside.
How much are people willing to pay for this service?
So people pay between $30 and $40 an hour. If it's something overnight, it's going to be a little more expensive, especially in the winter months when it can get really cold. It might be raining. It just depends.
For Jennifer, it's all about saving people time in a world where social media users document frequent frustration and even confusion over long waits.
I've never heard of this spot before, but I cannot believe there's a line down the block.
Whether it's trendy cafes and sandwich shops in New York City or the DMV in Tennessee, where this person arrived 2 hours early and yet there were already 20 people lined up ahead of her. The industry of so-called line standing does appear to be on the rise. In fact, the home services platform TaskRabbit also offers waiting in line as a paid task. And from 2023 to 2024, the company says bookings for that service increased 18% nationwide. Even so, the practice of hiring someone to hold your spot can be controversial.
It makes me both sad and angry, to tell you the truth.
Dr. Maggie Mulqueen is a psychologist based in Massachusetts who feels so strongly about the lost art of waiting in line, she wrote this opinion piece for CNN back in 2023, arguing there's value in delayed gratification and posing the question, when did the act of waiting get such a bad rap?
I'm not saying everything is worth waiting for, but there are certain things in life that I think actually increase in value. I mean, if Christmas was every day, it wouldn't be Christmas.
Would you personally ever hire someone to stand in line for you?
I can't imagine it, to be honest with you. No, I want to be there with the people who are there.
She also has concerns about the impact line standers might have on fairness and perceived inequities in today's society.
We have commodified waiting so much that the people who don't have to wait look down on the people who are waiting, the haves and the have-nots.
And this was actually at the Anthem, which is a concert venue.
Jennifer, for her part, has heard the criticisms and believes it's critical for hired line standers to be transparent about what they're doing.
We do always let people behind us know that, and we always do make sure clients know, hey, once you swap with us, please don't bring 10 other people up front in line with you because it also hurts our business and our branding.
At the Washington Monument, on this particular day, we heard no complaints from those behind Rick, even when they learned he's getting paid to stand in line.
It's fine with me. I mean, got to make money somehow.
I need 6 for 10:30.
And this moment,
Thank you so much.
roughly 3 hours after Rick arrived,
2 happy customers.
means the long wait is over and his work here is done.
Yes, it was worth it. Beautiful day. Nothing I'd rather do.
Rick told us his longest ever line standing gig lasted 138 hours. That's almost 6 days.
That was for a high-profile case at the Supreme Court in which his client wanted to secure a spot in the courtroom.
As for one of the more unique requests Skip the Line has gotten over the years, a 4th of July parade. We're told line standers have been asked to arrive hours ahead of time to reserve a seated spot along the parade route. They've even been hired to hold a parking spot for a client.
So would you pay someone?
Absolutely.
You would do it? No problem?
I do not like waiting in line, especially if it's like a long wait, like a parade where you want a good spot.
Yes. I just avoid it and just... Is anything that good?
It depends.
It depends. I guess there are a few things. I don't know. Okay.